Here's a shocker for you. Researchers could already be on the verge of identifying alien megastructures circling stars that exist light years away from our world. 7 stars, shining at a level a lot higher than they should, are causing astonishment in the scientific industry. Could we be witnessing the work of extraterrestrial civilizations harnessing the power of entire stars?
A group of researchers say they've identified at least 7 stars that might be surrounded by super advanced alien megastructures known as Dyson spheres.
Dyson sphere was named after physicist Freeman Dyson, who first set out the idea in the 1960s that if a type of extraterrestrial civilization required more energy than its local celestial body could provide, it would look for stars. To harness this enormous energy, they would build structures, probably infrastructures of solar cells or platforms orbiting around the star, and thus the star would become their power source for more technologies. Think of solar panels and amplify them to titanic dimensions. Not like planet's orbit that only surrounds a couple of regions, but these panels encompass a complete star to accommodate all its light and energies. Somebody named Dyson imagined that any civilization capable of this would require it in their struggle for existence. If they did, we should be observing the glowing heat, which is the excess energy. This heat would be visible by the telescope like the strange readings from the 7 stars we are discussing today. In a new research, scientists say they have discovered 7 stars that glow abnormally bright in infrared space, and this energy signature is so odd that it had prompted speculation of Dyson spheres, a structure that was said to have been erected by an advanced civilization to harness the energy of stars in host galaxies. While some people may think that these unidentified infrared emissions may be a result of some heat source on this planet, others may ponder on the possibility that they could be built by an extraterrestrial civilization. This is a chance to find alien megastructures, and it is interesting, but scientists do not just become overly enthusiastic. What seems to be quite odd is that the amount of infrared emissions from these stars is high, but there could be a natural account for this. Before people go on stereotyping, let them look at all the options available to them first in a careful manner. The first idea is that these stars are in an astrophysical stage of evolutionary development and emit much more heat than calculated. Some researchers also believe that these stars may still be encircling with a disk of material from which the stars were formed, a protoplanetary disk. Perhaps it is this leftover material that might be causing the excess infrared radiation, and the stars are not signs of extraterrestrial life, but snapshots of early stellar evolution. Another possible account for such behavior is that we do not actually see the stars as distinct sources, but detect emissions from other objects behind them. Other possibilities may lie in other distant galaxies or some other massive celestial objects which seem to be responsible for the infrared radiation we observe. In this case, what looks like energy coming out of these stars might be a cosmic mirage. Although this is still open for debate, none of the above natural causes have been conclusively demonstrated yet. This leaves room for speculation about the more extraordinary possibility. Is this evidence of great societies leading the use of energy of its stars? Are we witnessing the first manifestations of space structures that can be compared to megastructures? If these structures are real, we have to ask, how could any civilization, even if the civilization was hundreds of thousands of years ahead of us in technology, construct a structure as large as a Dyson sphere? To provide this perspective, people have only been improving on technology for the last few hundred years. Worse still, what used to take hundreds of thousands of years has been compressed into a few decades. We have moved from using simple tools to harness nuclear energy, from using horse-drawn carriages to even landing rovers on Mars. But to build megastructures around an entire star? That leap is out of this world and at the moment cannot be considered. For a civilization to have implemented such tools, they would have had to be technologically advanced and very strategic and kind in use. Just think of the mass of the materials that would be needed to construct a Dyson sphere, or even numerous solar panels and satellites around a star. It would require resources that could only be extracted from different planets or, in fact, systems. However, the challenges that would come with engineering such solutions would not be far off either. The structure should be located at a great distance from the star so that the heat does not vaporize it, but is close enough to be able to collect a vast amount of energy. Just think about what it would take to coordinate the delivery of the material for construction and the maintenance of the structure of such nature. That was something that our current civilization has yet to attain technologically. Yet, if we imagine how human societies grew in just several centuries, one can hardly dismiss the possibility that somewhere out there in the Milky Way, there's a society millions of years in advance of us that has already learned how to build Dyson spheres. If such structures exist, then one would have seen the civilization that has harnessed energy and probably solved the major challenges of human existence, endowment, and interstellar travel. Actually, the discovery of Dyson spheres would be one of the most outstanding events in the history of humanity. First of all, it would allow demonstrating that there are other intelligent beings in the universe aside from us. More than that, it would show that once life starts to exist, no matter how difficult it is, it can develop and reach such a level of development as to be able to solve some of the problems that still puzzle us. Such civilizations would without a doubt be much older and technologically developed than we are. Try to envision civilizations that have discovered how to draw out not only their planet's energy, but all their stars' energy too. They could have resolved the issues of global warming, energy deficit, and even space exploration. They might perceive the universe with concepts that are beyond our ability to understand today, with their philosophies, cultures, and technologies that could be as strange to us as their Dyson spheres. If we have perhaps discovered 7 Dyson spheres, then many more can be outside. Take the Milky Way, for example, which is home to at least 100 billion stars, while in the great cosmos there are 1,000 trillion stars and more. If Dyson spheres are an evolutionary change in the development of advanced civilizations, then they may be much more numerous than everyone can imagine. This discovery could also revolutionize how scientists hunt for life-forming planets. Up to now, most attention has been paid to the so-called habitable zone, the region where boundary conditions might exist to support liquid water and life in general. However, if these civilizations have progressed to the stages wherein they build Dyson spheres, then we have to look at stars that exhibit strange energy. Perhaps these stars are the best place for the detection of intelligent life. This is just the start, as scientists have identified 7 stars that have this weird infrared phenomena occurring. The data collected is currently being scrutinized by scientists to eliminate the natural causes while considering the chances of alien megastructures. If future findings reveal that these stars are really enveloped in Dyson spheres, it will be one of the most groundbreaking discoveries in the history of astronomy. If, however, these stars do have natural causes, this research opens up a new chapter in the search for extraterrestrial life. Instead of just searching for planets similar to the Earth and located in the star's habitable zones, we are now shifting to a whole new level of life indication. Using Dyson spheres, if any, one will be able to discover civilizations that might be in plain sight and yet not noticed. As research continues, we may be getting closer to answering one of humanity's oldest questions. Are we truly alone in the universe?